ENCOR Section 8 Summary Challenge, Optimizing OSPF. Which two options play primary roles in route summarization? Network numbers in areas should be assigned contiguously. Yes, that's kind of the point. They can have some discontinuity, if it's a word, but generally yes. So they should be kind of close to each other. All right, and network numbers in areas should be assigned discontinuously. They should not be assigned discontinuously. So this is false. Fixed length subnet masking or variable length subnet masking. VLSM is supported by route summarization. VRRP has nothing to do with this question. Which statement correctly describes OSPF summarization? With route summarization, only the summarized routes are propagated into the backbone. That seems correct to me. Only the summarized routes are propagated to the backbone. Okay, let's check other options. With route summarization, all subnet routes are propagated into the backbone. This is not correct. The whole point of summarization is to get rid of these detailed routes. With route summarization, only the default route is propagated into the backbone. Default route is handled differently with default information originate. With route summarization, only the summarized routes are propagated into the stub areas. So summarization is done on the area border router, okay? And area border router sits between area 0 and some non-zero area, right? So, and typically you would have these networks you want to summarize like further from the backbone area, which means that if we want to summarize routes to these networks, we want to do this at ABR and when these routes are introduced into area 0. So I will keep option 1 here. Which command is used to apply a distribute list to OSPF? Okay, so distribute list is applied to the router configuration. So definitely not the last option. This is nonsense. Config router. So distribute list is when we apply distribute list, that means we dictate of what is being taken from routing process into the distribution or into the routing table or into the distribution. So I think that has to be in the router mode, right? How do you apply to OSPF? So that has to be router mode, right? Because otherwise it doesn't make sense to configure it in the global configuration mode. It has to be router, I guess. However, typically it's in. Well, yeah, I think it's fine. I mean, you can, when you distribute from the OSPF, when you distribute from OSPF, I guess you apply this in this way, distribute list 1 out. I'm not sure about this answer, but I will keep it. A prefix list can filter on which option? Okay, so it can filter on prefix and prefix length. Port numbers are not involved, protocol is not involved, and classful subnet is not valid option. Question 5. Which statement correctly defines one major difference between route maps and access lists? Okay, let's see. Route maps can use the set commands to modify the packet header. Well, I think I'm not sure if you can. There is definitely set statement, set command, but I'm not sure if you can modify packet header with it. Probably you can, but let's check other options. Access list can use a match and set commands to modify the packet. How is this different? Route maps can use forward command to route the packet. No, this is not correct. To pass the packet, the keyword permit is used. Route maps can use the set commands to modify the packet or route. Well, if route maps are applied to routes, it should be able to modify the route, right? So, for example, you can set a metric or metric type with the set command. Yeah, I'm not sure how much difference there is, but definitely route maps can be applied both to packets and routes. So I think I will keep the last option here. Network administrators use the route map tool for many purposes. Which three options are more common applications of route maps? Network topology mapping, not correct. This is kind of misleading answer. Route filtering with redistribution, this is correct. That's why they are used. BGP, this is also a correct option, and policy-based routing. So these three purposes are typically where you can find route maps. What are the three steps in creating a route map? So you name the route map, so you assign a name to it. Then you add a match statement, and then you add the action. So name, and then actually the kind of it's part of the action which is either permit or deny. It's also announced kind of here together with the creation of the route map. Then the match statement is used to check whether packet or a route matches this route map. And then optionally, the set with the set command, additional action can be added, such as modify packet or modify route information. So, and that gives you a created route map, which is not applied anywhere yet, right? But the question says that create a route map. So once you are done with these three steps, the route map is created. However, it may not necessarily be applied yet. Okay, let's see the results.